published 1700 Eastern Standard Time, 15 November 2017 updated 1812 Eastern Standard Time. 15 November 2017 with football more awash with cash than ever and transfer records obliterated with every passing summer, what is the impact of such incredible riches on everyday fans? The BBC Price of Football survey into 200 clubs combined with a study of 1,824-year-old supporters across Britain has thrown up some interesting answers. In recent years, many have felt the relentless squeeze of inflation besting price hikes on tickets, merchandise and even a halftime pie, but this year's information makes for more encouraging reading. Fortunately, the price of season tickets has frozen or been reduced in most cases for fans. Supporters up and down the country can feel the effects of the £8.3 million TV deal. The overall message is a positive one. Ticket prices have generally frozen or been reduced across the country. In fact, more than 80% of matchday admissions in the Premier League are either exactly the same or have been reduced. With an insatiable demand for football, you might expect merciless club owners to rinse supporters for all they're worth and match the demand with an expensive supply. But the gargantuan £8.3 billion global television rights deal for top-flight clubs has afforded them the opportunity to ease the strain on their loyal match-going fan base. However, in a separate poll, 1,018 to 24-year-old fans living in Britain were asked how they engage with football and 4 in 5, 82%, said the cost of tickets was an obstacle to them going to more matches. The annual study found that 134 clubs out of 190 in England, Scotland, and Wales offer reduced prices for teenagers and young adults separate from any student concessions, but 55% of the fans polled said they had stopped going completely or go to fewer games because it was too expensive. Young adult fans can save, on average, £147.88 on season tickets in the English Premier League and Football League, while in the top 4 divisions in Scotland the average saving on a season ticket is £143.66. Despite the overall ticket price reduction, many young people still feel priced out elsewhere. The increase in popularity in the women's game has inevitably led to the highest rise in all ticket prices, but remains the cheapest league to watch live football this season. Meanwhile, Championship, League One and League Two football also mirror the Premier League's reductions. But in an age of Neymar's jaw-dropping £198 million move from Barcelona to PSG, a Chinese third-tier side awarding £3 million bonuses to players, and Manchester United's £264 million wage bill, professional football can often seem like an alien world to the average fan. And the way supporters consume the game is a constantly changing landscape. In the 1,824-year-olds bracket, more people are likely to engage in football by playing a video game 61% than joining a team 37%. Only 1 in 4 watch a game live every month, while 2/3 say the cost of travel is an obstacle to attending matches. In fact, more young fans now bet on fixtures 44% than play football with their peers. More than half of Premier League clubs have upped the price of their matchday pies. There are many ways to offer support, and the merchandise market is relentless in capitalizing on the appetite for the latest kits and newest branding opportunities. The cost of a replica Premier League shirt has again risen, with the division average now in excess of £50 for the first time ever. Clubs can line their pockets with more subtle increases too. The price of a pie or half-time cup of tea, for example, and here's where West Ham deserve the plaudits. The Hammers are the only side in the Premier League to reduce the price of pies from last season, with more than half of their domestic rivals asking you to fork out more. After a 4.58% increase, the average price is now £3.65. But what about tea? Former QPR manager Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank enjoys one of QPR's £3.20 cups of tea. Surprisingly, the cost of a cuppa is more in the Championship, with QPR selling the most expensive tea in English football at £3.20. No doubt our friends on the continent would balk at such expense. In fact, for the price of 4 cups of tea at Loftus Road, you could buy a ticket to watch Bayern Munich. On the other hand, replica shirts are generally more expensive in Europe, with Ajax and Juventus followers stumping up £80 to wear their club colours. Whilst the television deal presence has given fans some breathing room, the business of football continues to boom, and supporters will continue to be buffeted from year to year. The financial bubble continues to swell in the world of football, but with every shift from pies to season tickets, it is the fans who continue to pay the price. Replica shirts cost more on average in Europe, with Juventus charging £80